What's up everybody and welcome to the AK-74. This is a brand new weapon mod adding in kind of a weapon platform more than anything else, with a ton of different customization options and just different things like that. Of course being the iconic AK platform, but this time being the 74 version, so that's kind of a more modernized version than the 47 and meant to be used by modern military, but also being much more expensive. As you can see right here, I do have the gun. It does look pretty good. The textures are definitely pretty good quality, nothing crazy, but there's actually a lot of customizability options. Again, I think that's where this gun really shines. So in order to actually get the gun, there's actually a ton of different ways. I'm going to show you what I think is probably the easiest and kind of most pain-free. Basically, you're going to travel over to the Nahant Oceanological Society. So it's going to be over here on kind of the far east side of the map. If you've never seen it, it's by, Nahant and Libertaria, and there's actually another one in Libertaria. But again, there's like, I think 8 or 9 locations, and I just find this one to be the simplest of the bunch, and all of them are pretty easy. Some of them will have a few more enemies, but this one also has an added perk. So basically come inside, there shouldn't be any enemies, and then just make your way onto the second floor. And then as you can see, this will be a steamer trunk. It's going to be a master lock. I just unlocked it already, and as you can see, we have a lucky powerful automatic AK-74M. So upon like first use of this mod, it's a little confusing the way it works, but it's actually not too bad. Basically it adds in like one weapon but kind of 4 weapons at the same time. It is technically 4 different weapons, but so basically, of course, we have the AK-74 here. This is a different one than the one I was using before. I was using the AK-74M, but as you can see, again, we do have that right there. So then if we switch over, now we have the 74M, which I was, of course, using in the initial little intro there. As you can see, some different thing, no more wood stock or anything like that. Then we have, I believe this is the 105, I think. So as you can see, we have a third version right here. And then last but not least, yeah, this is the AK-74. I'm sorry, the 104 was the last one. And this one's the AK-74U, which is more of like an actual submachine gun. But as you can see, they're all pretty similar. Like they all look very similar, but these are all standalone guns. Like if we actually go into my inventory right now, all of them will be, like totally standalone guns, kind of they have different calibers, they have similar weapon mods, but slightly different weapon mods, especially the submachine gun one. The 74U has totally different weapon mods, but just kind of an interesting way of doing this. I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain. But let's actually just check them all out. So these are all, like, I didn't kit these out or anything. They all just have different configurations, but let's take a few shots with this one. This is just the regular 74. So as you can see, nothing too crazy, reusing some sounds, and of course reusing the same animations from the handmade rifle. Homemade rifle, whatever. That rifle added in Nuka World, just using that same sounds and or the same animations as that one. And then of course we do have the 74M. As you can see right there, nothing too crazy. Again, this one probably sounds the same, just has a different silencer. And then this time we have the 104. So this is actually firing at the bigger caliber. So this is a 7.62. And you can actually definitely tell, I think I ran out of ammo right there, but you can definitely tell off the sounds. And last but not least, the 74U, which is the submachine gun version. So nothing too crazy, they're all pretty cool, but again, the way you want to experience this mod is the customizability. So we're going to go run over to that now and check out how we can modify some of these in different ways. So I'm going to run through these in kind of the order I did go through them originally. They are kind of similar, they have a lot of overlap between some of the different modifications, so I'll go through all of them, but you'll see it's not as crazy as you would think. So as you can see here, with the 74, again, I do have a legendary one. We do have some different receivers here. We have an ARC PK-74 receiver here, which is kind of interesting, as well as we actually do have some special receivers, which is just going to massively boost the damage and do, I think, almost nothing else differently. Also bump up the weight a little bit, but something actually really nice, these special receivers, basically what the mod author did is once you reach level 57, you'll actually unlock these. So if you're level 56, you're not going to have these special receivers here. So at level 56, even with all the right crafting components, you will only have this powerful automatic receiver. But once you hit 57, you're going to be able to just put on the OP receiver if you do so desire. And again, nothing too crazy. Pretty interesting. The AK-74, improved damage, reduced rate of fire, better range. So it seems like this is supposed to be more like the RPK, which is kind of like a light machine gun, which pretty interesting. Nothing too crazy there. Then if we go onto some of the barrels, as you can see, this one you could properly turn into the RPK with the barrel, which some of the other ones, like the options here, will be a little bit different on some of the different guns. Then we do have the plastic stock, the RPK stock, or the standard stock. So let's just turn this one straight into an RPK, because why not? And then we do have some of the different magazines. We have a large magazine, which we can use, and 60, 90. And actually, I really like just showing how much, they hold. Like, that's just an awesome feature that a lot of mods just don't do, and I wish that they would. So as you can see, we also do have these two other ones. So this is the 74M version and the 74U version. It's a little bit confusing. I don't know that much about AKs, so as you can see, I'm definitely getting a little bit confused while going through this, but as you can see, we basically just made kind of a light machine gun here. So we also do have some of these other scopes, which are pretty cool. The scopes definitely look really nice on this gun, and it is using see-through sights, and it's like a great implementation of see-through sights. As you can see, we also have some suppressors. I'll look at these, I'll put them on some of the other guns, obviously not this one, not as appropriate on this one, but these suppressors look really cool, especially this one. I just think this one looks absolutely awesome. But I guess we'll just go with the full-on RPK compensator there. So we just did the 74M, so let's move over to, or the 74, so let's move over to the 74M now. Now, as you can see, this one is actually going to have some different mods. This is kind of more of like a medium range. Like my understanding is this is kind of like an M4. If you think like the M16 and that stuff, this would be like the equivalent of an M4, meant to be kind of a medium range weapon. Maybe you're like kicking in a door with this or something. But as you can see, we have a few Spec Ops receivers here, and we do have that same special one. But the Spec Ops receiver, I'm not really sure what it does. Like, that's the only thing. I was playing with this a little bit before. It does have different things. It just kind of has a different texture on it. But beyond that, I don't know if it like changes any of the stats or anything like that. It does look very cool. Obviously, it has that painted texture. But I don't know if it, I don't think it changes the damage or anything. Like, well, I know it doesn't change the damage, but anything beyond that. And of course, we do have those harder ones. But my one complaint here is it would be nice to have like the painted ones for the best receivers, not just some in between. I guess it kind of balances it out a little bit. If you want to look cool, you gotta make sacrifices. But like right here, you could have the barrel, but you can't have some of the other stuff. So we do have some different stocks here. As you can see, we do have the skeleton stock, which is very nice. And then we do just have the standard stock with the paint job again. And then I guess you could kind of see the way this is going. Now we're going to have all these spec options for everything to kit this out a little bit. It's nice to see those functionality and just kind of those options. And then we have this one without the eye cup. But I'm just going to go with a red dot there. Nothing too crazy. And then we do have, again, some of these crazy things. We have the painted one there. But I'm actually going to go for, on this particular gun, the really cool suppressor. I just think that suppressor looks so freaking cool. But yeah, just kind of interesting the way this works. Like, wouldn't you expect the Spec Ops to be on this? Because now it looks like it almost looks passable, but it looks a little bit silly. Like, you could tell that's not painted while some of the other ones are. So we'll just change that back to the hardened Spec Ops one instead. But nonetheless, pretty cool. So let's go over to the 74U. This is my favorite out of the bunch. I always have a soft spot for some of the different submachine guns. And as you can see, you can make this do stupid amounts of damage with that special receiver. 165 damage per shot. This one, not as crazy, just kind of adding in SMG here. Obviously, we have a bunch of different stocks, which is really nice to see. I actually really like this. And you can see we have a skeleton stock with the old wood there. And then we could go to just a normal skeleton stock right there. But again, like, there's a lot of customizability here. You're going to want to sit down and kind of play with all this. And then we just have the standard magazine. Then you have all these other magazines, but we'll go for the 74 magazine. We could have standard sights, which I think will be okay on this. And then a muzzle brake. We have some of the different suppressors, but I don't want a suppressor on this one. So then last but not least, another really cool one is the AK-104, and this is obviously using the 7.62 round. So we're going to be doing quite a bit more damage. This one obviously coming with the texture on it just by default. Like, I just don't understand how this works. You know what I mean? Like, I get how it works, but I just don't understand the thought process behind some of these. Like, why does this one just have a texture? And then obviously not having kind of nearly as many mods as some of the other ones. And we do have a ton more scopes for this one. So we can just go with glow sights here. And then we do have a compensator, but I'm going to put on the suppressor. And then as you can see, now we just have a flat color option, as comparatively before we didn't have this. Like, this would be nice to have on the other guns as well. So as you can see, we have Dark Knight, Ranger colors. Then I'm going to go Dark Knight here because it's just a cool color. But yeah, as you can see, ton of different customizability. Kind of interesting the way it works. A little bit more unique than some of the other ones. You can definitely see that rate of fire change. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Yeah, just kind of interesting the way it works. So now we'll get some ammo and let's go take down some enemies with these. So now at everyone's favorite fort, Fort Strong, I did set up a little bit of a battle here. We have some super mutants and then we also have some legendary raiders over there. But yeah, I guess we'll start with the RPK here, or the 74, just the regular 74. You destroy these guys with these guns. So as you can see, these are like pretty tough. They're legendary super mutant enforcers, so they're definitely some no joke enemies. And as you can see, well, as you're kind of seeing with the RPK, you just mow people down. Obviously we don't have like the biggest magazine in the world, which is a little bit unfortunate, or the biggest drum mag there in the world, but we can just go cut through people really quickly, as you can see, taking down a few there. So let's switch over to this one. This is a kind of, whoa, okay, here comes the WH7 again, the loudness that's associated with it. So let's go try and take down this guy. And if I could actually, nope. Well, that was a bit of a blunder. Well, now I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I placed down a ton of enemies over there, and we're just at Red Rocket. So yeah, surprise assault. Let's see. Actually, oh my god, as soon as I started shooting them, we just got instantly like tons of enemies. But as you can see, like, it's kind of hard to tell with the RPK, but I kill enemies very quickly, is the point I'm getting across. I'm sure you know what that's like though. So I'm actually going to switch to the secondary here. And oh, unfortunately did not finish him off. Those guns are really loud. So I'm just getting like absolutely lit up. But I think like a headshot, a critical hit headshot would kind of one-shot these guys. I do so believe. So let's see if I cannot get killed instantly. And this is the one actually with the cool suppressor. A little hard to tell on this one, but as I'm holding it, but this one actually does have that kind of crazy cool suppressor there. You literally can't tell. All right, well, whatever. You get the idea. You can't really tell in first person. Now, as you reload, you could definitely tell though. So we'll try and mow down some of these guys, and then we'll go flank around using the more tactical one now. And let's actually try and kill some of these Brotherhood of Steel. They don't realize I'm trying to kill them. Oh, nope, now they do. Uh-oh. So we're going to run away. I do have the 74 now. So let's try this one on for size. Although that Spec Ops one, definitely packing a serious punch. Obviously, this one has the biggest caliber. Well, it's the only non-5.56. So definitely, you know, going to be like the most powerful out of the bunch of the weapons. I'm just absolutely getting destroyed right here. So let's try and get into a better spot. There's way too many of them and not nearly enough of me. But let's go flank around this way. See if I could actually reload now. And we'll go run over here. But as you can see, yeah, I mutated him off of that, which obviously I think that I'm not sure that was like totally it, but you still mutate these guys really fast. So I'm gonna switch to this one. We'll avoid dying as much as possible, but I also want to pick off as many as I can. So let's actually go for some bat shots here, because I imagine I could kill most of them. They seem to be, oh, I'm out of shots. So these are Legendary Brotherhood of Steel Star Paladins. As always, I pretty much always use these guys in my... Oh no, they flanked me! No! Why do I have to reload every gun, always? Oh, alright, let's pop a stim pack. And we'll continue to try to attempt to do that. Let's reload. As long as we have this moment of quiet, let's actually reload the other one as well. And... Alright, we'll finish that guy off. Finish that guy off. Attempt. Oh no, they're closing in on me. There's like 4 of them over here now. But as you can see, we can pretty much just pop out like that and do quite a bit of damage, which is pretty nice. and we'll go for a reload here, or attempt to. So let's go run away this way, and see if I can't get a few more reloads off. I think I like the Spec Ops one the most. I think it just looks the coolest by far. And let's actually go for some shots again. It's because they're all using those WH-77s. Those guns are loud and powerful and just not fun to fight against because they do like 110 damage per shot when fully upgraded. And it seems like these ones are fully upgraded. Alright, there's only a few. Ah, no. See? Look at how much damage they just instantly do to me. Alright, we're going to switch this. We'll finish them off here. Or attempt to. There's only 2 left. There you go. Oh, whoops. Oh my god. We did it. We did it. Alright, now there's just this guy left. Which, we should be able to kill with relative ease. Oh, damn it. Every gun's out of ammo. And as you can see, pretty easy. So, there you go. The AK-74 platform, I guess. A ton of different guns in this. But pretty cool guns nonetheless. Definitely worth a download on PC. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time. Later.